Hello, welcome to CEO Money. I'm Michael Yorba. Thanks for joining us. I have Rajesh Trivedi, founder and CEO of Astra, the Social Supercomputer, on the show with us today. Rajesh, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me. I'm very glad to be here.
Me too. I'm glad you're here. All right, now tell us something about yourself.
Certainly. So I'm an engineer at heart, and later on I did business training. So I started my career with in chip design at a company, Xilinx. They make field programmable gate arrays in Silicon Valley. I worked there for a long time. And after my business training, I worked in the new rising industries such as computer networking, computer architecture, and software. And around 2014, I was reading about the technology behind Bitcoin in the Economics magazine. And I came across a very profound statement. It said that the technology behind Bitcoin blockchain is about establishing and preserving collective social truth. That was a very profound statement. It kind of made me ponder what is truth and how can we automatically establish and preserve social truths, collective social truths. Okay, and that's what led me into the blockchain, Bitcoin, and I got smitten by this whole technology because it falls in the intersection of two of my favorite subjects. One is computer science and then economics, and that's why I'm doing this project.
Okay, give us some insight here about the big problems that we're facing with blockchain technology and how it solves some of these issues that we have not only in economics terms or technical terms, but also in humanitarian terms.
Good. So at Astra, we're building the social supercomputer. Okay, that means people come together in communities, share the old and idle computers and laptops to build one of the fastest supercomputer to solve some of the problems in medical computing, medical simulation, scientific research. See, what happens is these days our scientists and researchers like to do data-driven research. They collect a lot of data. They like to analyze it, simulate it, and then find the most promising path for further research. Okay, and this requires enormous computing power, which even the richest universities in America don't have it. Like Harvard, Stanford, Caltech, even they don't have this computing power. But with the internet and blockchain, it's possible to build this, a huge supercomputer, which can be used to serve this unserved market, this underserved market, where our scientists need a lot of computing power, but they don't have it, and now we can provide it.
All right. What are some of the uses for STAR, S-T-A-R tokens?
Could you please elaborate, like what issues in the sense? Could you slightly elaborate?
Sure. You've got an ecosystem, Astra ecosystem, yes, and you're using STAR tokens with that. So tell us about how that works, what they can use them for, how they can exchange them, if it's a utility or if it's a security, right?
Yes, I got it. So it's a pure utility token. STAR is a utility token. The whole idea behind Astra is to use this new crypto economics to create a new market. We have idle computers, but that was let's say, unserved or non-existent market. We're using STAR tokens to create the market. They create a new market. Okay. So in the beginning, what we're doing is we're using STAR tokens to build communities worldwide. So we have a big community on Telegram, LinkedIn, people coming together in Astra communities. So they're compensated using STAR tokens. Okay, and later on, these STAR tokens will be used to buy and sell computing services. Okay, so so my philosophy is that the purpose of currency is to facilitate economic activity, economic exchange. And here again, STAR tokens facilitate economic exchange, economic activity, and create a new market which doesn't exist right now.
Okay. Decentralized computers, you wanted to talk about that. Let's bring that up.
Yeah, so basically, like, again, Astra is part of this new trend of decentralized computing. Okay. So what happens is right now, let's say the computing has been around for the last 70 years. First computers came in 1950s. Okay. And currently, most of the computers are organized top down. They're controlled by some big entity, corporation. They control how things are distributed. In a decentralized computing, the whole idea is that anybody can become a controller, can contribute resources, compete for resources, and allocate job. So what we are doing is with this blockchain technology is building this new public utility, a decentralized computing infrastructure, where anybody can be contributor, controller, and consumer. So it is immune to monopolization. Okay, that's the whole essence of blockchain. And Astra is just solving one piece of puzzle here, which is building a decentralized computing fabric a decentralized cloud, which is open to all the entrepreneurs and all the businesses.
Now, you're very proud of your board of directors, your advisory board. Bring that out for us.
Certainly. So currently we have two esteemed professors as our advisors, and one of them is Professor Raj Jain from Washington University in St. Louis. He was a pioneer in designing of internet protocols in 1980s and 90s. So he's advising us on designing more efficient blockchain, and is very helpful. I worked for him in the past in the previous company. And another advisor we have is also a professor. He's a pioneer in blockchain protocols, and he's helping us design a good incentive system. Okay, so we can create this new crypto economics, token economics, so to incentivize all the Astra ecosystem players, fairly, so they are motivated to share their computers, they are fairly rewarded, and we build a robust ecosystem. So currently we have these two as advisors.
Okay.
You're
raising money right now. Tell us your plans for Astra in regards to capital formation.
Yeah, that's a good point. So currently we are building communities, and our plan is that starting from October, we'll be listing our token, our Astra token, on a number of ICO launch platforms such as liquid.com, kickico.com, and there they already have communities of 30,000 to 40,000 subscribers. We are promoting a project there, and hopefully we'll be able to raise money so we can further fund this project.
How much?
And train the engineers. We are trying to raise around 20 million.
Okay, that sounds good. All right, Rajesh, I want to thank you for being a guest on the show, and I wanted to be able to invite you back so that we can talk about the progress that you're making on a humanitarian level, an economic level, and what your social supercomputer is, what problems they're solving for people, let alone what you can do for us.
Got it. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you. All right. You've been watching CEO Money with Michael Yorba. Thanks for following us on Facebook, Twitter, and subscribing to our YouTube channel.